Hello and welcome. I'm Kathy Bradley with Kathy Bradley and the Angels. And today I wanted to create a little video for you to bring you into a place of peace, harmony, joy, centeredness, and balance. So as I've mentioned in a previous video, these are tumultuous times. It is a time of discord. It is a chaotic time, and there's a reason for it. Anything that no longer serves us is coming up to be cleared and released. It may not be easy. It may be hard. We have these patterns that we've had for eons and eons. And yet, now is the time. Now is the time that the third dimensional matrix is falling apart. And actually, it's a beautiful time, although it's challenging, because we're letting go of that which no longer serves us. So what do I mean when I say that? I say you can't take your baggage with you. So what would your baggage be? So the baggage looks like lack, believing in there's only so much out there for you. And that's being played out in a big way, that lack, right? People are going to the food stores and they're going crazy buying because of the uncertainty of what's happening in the future. But if we can believe and know and ask for all of our needs to be met, and we're in that place of peace and harmony, you see, everything is a vibrational frequency. Everything emanates like that. So if you're in that place of fear, which is the lack, right? The fear of not having enough. And the joke of it is the toilet paper. Like, okay, do we really need to have that much toilet paper? I think it's hysterical. And you do have to laugh. I'm going to share that because it's really funny if you can look at what's going on from a place of neutrality and a place of observation, okay? And see how everyone's going crazy and in that place of fear. So that is coming up in a very big way because we have that fear that we're not being taken care of, that things could occur to us that could impede our health, things that are, quote, out of our control. And what I'd like to say is if you continue to focus on what you don't want, which is lack, whether it be lack of good health, whether it be lack of supplies, of food, of whatever you need, guess what? You're going to continue to have lack. So I'm here to guide you, to make you aware that you are like this antenna, and everything that you're putting out there, you're getting back. So the first thing that you want to do is realize that you have free will, and that every thought you think, every feeling that you have is creating this ripple effect. And so you can add to the light, right, which is in that place of love, which is in that place of knowing that everything is taken care of for you, in that belief system, which is something that's very new for us. We've been brought up, we've been taught, we've been programmed to believe in lack and limitation. Look at the news. That's all they do, over and over and over again. They talk about everything that's bad and all the awful things that could happen to you. No wonder you get frazzled. So yes, we can become aware of what's going on. We can look at it in small snippets, but if we could, the first thing that they're sharing is limit the amount of time that you avail yourself to listen to these things, to be engaged with these things, because if you could check in with your body to see if you're feeling light and happy about it, that's good. If you're not, if it's bringing about tension and anxiety and stress, Not good for you. That's not where you want to play. So the first thing the angels are asking you is to have courage. Right now, ask the angels to assist you to be in a place of courage. I am strong. I am certain. I am courageous. Feel into that right now. And if you notice I'm saying I am, this is what you're calling to yourself. This is what you're believing. This is what you're feeling. If you could feel into that. And if you don't feel like you could be strong and powerful and commanding your presence, can you be in neutral? Can you move out of that fear and that anxiety? If you could look at energy like a ladder, and fear is the lowest rung, and fear can involve anger, fear can involve guilt, shame, blame. Those are kind of energetics that are in that fear realm, if that makes sense, right? So if you're in that place, that doesn't feel good. That's not uplifting. That's not for your highest good. So if you can move out of that and move up into neutrality, the stickiness of being in that fear leaves. So how would you do that? Well, this is where it's going to take a little homework for you. What helps you? What tools can you use to bring you out of that place, that cycle? Maybe it's disengaging from the news. Now, when you take a habit and a pattern away, what are you going to replace it with? So maybe you could listen to beautiful, soft music. We're all in this point right now where we are home. So perhaps you could go outside and be in nature. Listen to the birds. Listen to the animals, any animals that may be around you. Let the gifts come to you. Perhaps it could involve writing what's bothering you so that you could become aware of it, so that you could choose to change it. We have free will. So you have to, they're asking if you could take 3 things that you could turn to, 3 techniques, 3 tools that could help you in this time to move out of the fear and into the courage, into the light, into the love of who you are. So perhaps that's listening to lovely music. Perhaps it's reading a beautiful book. Or another idea is being out in nature. Those are just some ideas. You could talk to a friend on the phone or a loved one. You may not be with them face to face. That's okay. Take this time to go within. Have the courage to see, what is it? What patterns have been bothering you? What patterns have been triggering you? This is availing you that time. It's kind of like the rug has been taken from underneath us. So take the time, use this time as a gift. And it may be challenging for you. It's not fun to see what our shadows are, what triggers us, what things we feel we're lacking. But if you don't have the awareness, you can't change it, right? So it's this new process that we're coming into. And we're moving out of the fear, out of the doubt, into the knowing. And how we do this is we go within and we stop taking our cue from our outside circumstances. So the second thing they want me to talk about is your physical body, your health, your well-being. Drink plenty of water, lots of water. Water is a beautiful, it helps the fluids in your body. It helps you maintain and be strong. Take plenty of vitamin C and vitamin D. Again, be out in nature as much as possible. Take walks. If you'd like to run, if you like to do yoga, do those things. It's very important for your body. We are here in this physical body. It's this beautiful vessel that you've taken on. Take care of it. Cherish it. If you feel that you're annoyed at some part of it, if you can accept it, accept any ailments that you may be feeling. So I'm a perfect example. Here we are. Look at me. I got a cast. Yep, I fell. I was hiking in Sedona and I fell on the red rocks and I broke my wrist and my elbow. So that tells me that I was out of balance, right? So the right side is your, that's your masculine side, the giving side. The left is the receptive. Been giving too much. So I've been out of balance. I need to receive. I need to take this time for myself to go within. And I'm doing that. And so I'm a perfect example for you. So take this time, go within, nurture yourself. The other thing they're saying is to comfort yourself. If it helps to have a nice cup of tea with some lemon or milk or honey, do that. It's the simple things that can bring us the joy, isn't it? Now, you've heard me talk very often about our breath. Our breath is our gift of life. And as I was just talking about being in balance or out of balance, breathing in is our receptive. That's the feminine, breathing in. Join that with me. And then the exhalations. That's the giving back. So you want to be in balance. So what brings you into the present moment, the best way that I have found is by doing the 3 consecutive breaths. So let's do that right now. If you want to place one hand on your heart and one on your belly, that's your solar plexus, your power center, and the heart obviously is the center of love. So let's do this right now. Let's take 3 consecutive beautiful breaths. Breathing in and exhaling. Breathing in and exhaling. And the 3rd, breathing in the love and exhaling the light. Now, if you breathed your eyes closed, that's wonderful. You could breathe them open right now, and I want you to have an awareness. Do you feel more focused, centered, balanced? That's the key. You want to bring yourself into your I am presence. And when we're doing those 3 consecutive breaths like we just did, you're just entirely focusing on the in-breath and the out-breath. You're not thinking about anything. So that's one of the ways you can get out of the monkey mind, right? The monkey mind is always telling us what we need to do or what's wrong, what needs to be fixed. By doing the 3 consecutive breaths, this is the greatest gift you can give yourself. And this falls under being healthy. Because when you bring yourself into the I am presence, you're bringing yourself into the moment. That's the only true thing that you have, right? You have a moment and then you have another present moment and another present moment. When we go into the shoulda, coulda, wouldas or worrying about the future, we're moving out of that present moment. And it's an illusion. There's nothing that can be done in the past or the future. It's in the present moment where your power is, where your I am presence. And when I say I am that I am. That's your divinity. That's when you're remembering the beautiful spark of light and love that you are. That's when you're connecting with Source. And as you do this, you become peaceful. You become calm and centered. This is your gift to yourself and humanity. So comfort yourself. Offer yourself compassion. When I say compassion, it's a non-judgmental place of acceptance. So if we can accept ourselves exactly as we are right in this moment, broken arms and all, whatever it may be, accept every part of yourself. Love yourself. See yourself as already healed, whole, and perfect. And if you focus on that, that's what you create. We have this beautiful gift. Ask the angels, ask the heavens, ask God for assistance, and it is given. It cannot be given unless you ask. So thank you so very much for coming. We love you. We give you love, light, and laughter. Blessings.